Today I will be showing you how to make this finger puppet, and I'll make the zebra one, this exact one, and you'll need about 130 maybe rubber bands depending on how many rubber bands you use for the mane. So let's get started. First we're going to make the part to put our finger in for the puppet. Taking a single rubber band, and you want to work where there's a little bit of hole down the loom. Taking your single, and we are going to put it from the first peg, twist it over to the second peg like that, and we'll do that 8 times with a single rubber band. We're going to put it on the first, twist it over, loop it onto the second, repeat, put it on the first, twist it onto the second, and we'll cross over on a 4th rubber band to the center peg, and we'll just keep crossing it over, and we'll do this for a total of 8 single rubber bands. Single, twist it over. So all these rubber bands are crossed over on those 8 pegs. For the next layer, we are taking a single rubber band, whatever color you want, and just coming straight down without crossing it over from the first to the second, coming down our pegs, connecting it and looping it to the next one for 8 single rubber bands. That's what you should have. And now what you want to do is go under, grabbing the bottom 2 bands and looping it over each peg. Just continue like that for all 8 pegs. Make sure there are 2 single rubber bands left on each peg. Push it down. That's what it should look like. Take your next set of 8 rubber bands. Start once again, looping it from one peg to the other without crossing it over. Covering the 8 pegs. Like that, and once again we reach under, grab the bottom 2 bands and loop it over the peg, and we're doing this for all 8 pegs. Push it down and repeat this, and you're going to repeat it for a total of 8 or 9 rubber bands. However long you want. This I did about 9 times around. I would recommend at least 9 times. So just repeat that same process. I'm looping my last set of rubber bands from underneath and leaving 2 rubber bands on each peg. And once you're at this point, you want to go ahead and loop the bottom bands over each peg, leaving only 1 single band on each peg to finish off our project. And lastly, we want to bring our band over all our single bands over the 2 center pegs. So just take each rubber bands off. The pegs and move it to the center too. Now use whatever color you want, a white or black. Take it, twist it, double it, a single, and loop it right on those 2 pegs. And we want to go under the rubber band that we just looped on, the single that we doubled, and pulling the rubber bands right onto that single black rubber band that we doubled. And repeat on the other side. Go under the single we doubled, grab all the rubber bands and pull it right onto the single. That's what you should have. And we'll just leave it on here. I just wanted to show you what it should look like. Let's make the zebra's face. And first we're going to add the mane. And I'm using both black and white, and you can use as many as you want. The more you use, the thicker it'll be. So mix it up, but not too many. It'll get all tangled up. And we'll drop it on the first peg at the top. Now taking your single black and single white for your face and coming from the first peg to the second peg down the center, and let's go ahead and pull all the mane right onto that rubber band, those 2 rubber bands. Taking a single black and a single white, we're coming diagonally on both sides. And let's add the mane again for the center of the head, right there on the back of the head. And we can stick it on the 3rd peg, put it all like that. Once again, we can use a single black and a single white, and putting it from the 2nd to the 3rd peg in the center, and pull all the mane right onto those 2 bands. Keep it like that. Now taking a single black and a single white, we're coming down the left side, and I'm taking 2 single whites coming down the right side, taking 2 single blacks and coming from the left to the center 3rd peg to close up my face. And on my right, I'm taking a single black and a single white to close that up. And we want to go ahead and push the chin peg down, make sure it doesn't overlap. Let's make the eyes, taking a single rubber band, whatever color it is you want, looping it 3 times to create 4 loops. This is navy blue that I'm using. Take a single white, twist it, double, and pulling the blue band right onto the white. And repeat for the other eye, taking a single rubber band, looping it 3 times to create 4 loops, taking a single white, twist it, double it, and pulling the eyes right onto your hook. Taking a single black, it's going on the face, and pull your eyes right onto your single band and loop it on the 2nd peg to the 2nd peg on your loom. Open it up, split your eyes out, and then pulling the band right over the 2nd peg. So that's what it should look like. Let's make the ears. Let's make the ears. I'm taking 2 single rubber bands for one ear and a single black and a single white for the other one, like that. I'm taking a single black and I'm capping it off by looping it 3 times to create 4 loops. The other ear, use whatever color you want and loop it a total of 4 times. Now go under the cat band, grab the bottom 2 bands and loop up and onto itself for both sides. Take the tip of our ear off and add it onto our face on the first side pegs. Let's take the grip for our puppet off the loom onto a hook like that. And we are going to attach it on the 3rd peg in the center. And if you just want the zebra's head as a charm, you can just cap that end peg there 4 times with a single rubber band. But since we're making it a finger puppet, attach it on there, reach inside, grab the top 2 bands, and we are looping it right onto itself, creating a teardrop. Reach back in, grab the next top 2, and creating teardrops as we go, and the last 2 up to the center of the face. And now we want to push it all down, and we are going to add the front of our face, taking 3 single rubber bands. I'm taking 2 black and 1 white, and I'm adding it from the center 2nd peg to the center 3rd peg. And we are working in layers here, so be careful, push all the bottom bands down. And taking a single black and a single white, we're coming down the left side 1 time, like that, from the 2nd to the 3rd peg on the left. Taking a single black and a single white, we'll come down the right side of our face. And I'm making it exactly like this one, so if you want it to look like this, then go ahead and follow me. Otherwise, you can make all it black and the front black, or add black and white if you want. But here I'm taking a single white, twist, double it. I'm looping it from the 3rd peg on the left to the 4th peg in the center. Taking a single black, twist, double it, and closing it up on the right side of the face from the 3rd to the 4th peg in the center. And I'm taking 2 single black rubber bands, coming down the center of his face from the 3rd to the 4th peg. Take a single rubber band, and we're going to cap the 4th peg off by looping it a total of 4 times. Taking a single rubber band, and I'm making this tight on the front here for a holding rubber band, so I'm going to try to loop it 3 times to make it extra tight. So stretch it out and loop it 3 times if possible. If not, just do it 2, but 3 will give you a tighter look. Taking another single, twist, double it, and we are creating an upside down triangle on a zebra's face. So holding rubber band there, single, double, and a holding rubber band across from the 3rd to the 3rd, and we tripled it. And go under the cat band. It's very tricky. We want to go under the cat band and grab the top 2 black bands. Move it out of the way. The 2 top black bands should go to the center 3rd peg like that. And now reach back in, grabbing the next top 2, and mine's going to the right. The 2 black bands, and the last 2, reaching in, grabbing the last 2, and it's going to the left, and I'm looping it onto the left 3rd peg. Now I'm going on the right side, grabbing the bottom 2 and looping it to the 2nd peg, and repeat. On the left side, go in, grabbing the bottom 2 bands, and it's very tight. Be careful, don't break your bands, and release it, any tension. And now go in the center 3rd peg, grab the top 3 bands, and loop up onto the 2nd peg. Let's loop up the sides, reach in, grabbing the bottom 2 bands, and loop up and onto itself, and finish up by reaching in, grabbing the bottom 2 bands. And repeat on the other side. Let's add the mane for the top of the head. I forgot to add it before we added this band. So let's take this one off. Just leave it up on top like that. It's okay, it won't go anywhere. Now get your mane, as many as you want. Use both colors for our zebra. And we are going to just pile it right on that center peg. And now let's loop this one right back onto that first peg, the center peg, and reach in on the left side, grabbing the bottom 2 bands, and loop up and onto that center peg. Finally, reach in the center 2nd peg all the way under, grab the bottom 2 bands, and looping it up onto the center peg like that. Taking your slip knot rubber band, we're going to put a hook through the center peg, pull it up, and we are going to lift up the mane, stick a hook through, and grabbing the slip knot rubber band on the other side, because we don't want to tie our mane under our slip knot rubber band, so that's what it should look like. And then pulling to tie your slip knot off very carefully. Take your zebra's face off the loom. There's our zebra. You can fix the mane and the ears. And the eyes are behind there. We want to push it out to the front for both sides. And the charm string, pull it, and you can just hide it in the mane. Just pull it back. So there's your finger puppet zebra. I hope you like them. Thanks for watching.